Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching. Welcome to another edition of Crime Time with DutyRon. I'm a retired New York City police detective with 20 plus years. Sean B., you're the first one in. Thank you for joining. Love the profile picture. I'm a 20-year veteran of the New York City Police Department, and if you like all things true crime related from a police perspective, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload another video. Today I want to talk to you about the 3 false rumors of Gabby Petito and Brian Laudrie case, and we will get into it in a few minutes. First, I want to say a special thank you to the Patreon supporters, the channel members, and all of the folks who interact in this community. You guys are a great addition to it. Thank you, Nikki, for sharing onto Twitter. And hello to all of the channel members and everybody piling in. I'm just going to give it a few minutes for some people to start coming on in. Joe Murray is here. Good to see you. Matty Boy Sully. Marie, thank you to everybody who watches the replay. I can't say thanks enough to all of the folks who watch the replays. Greatly appreciated. I'm hoping that everybody is getting ready for the upcoming holiday. I know it's a really tough time for a lot of people, and with the Christmas holiday season coming up, I want you guys to know that if you do feel stressed out or if things are getting overwhelming, just let it go. Don't let it get the better of you. And there's always DutyRon.com. You could always send me a message on DutyRon.com, and I will gladly answer back and talk it out with you guys. So, before I get into it, I want to just say this. I have a Facebook police and crime chat group. If you're not a part, Vanja, thank you so much for watching the replays. If you're not a part of the YouTube video share group or the police and crime chat group over on Facebook, I encourage you to click on the links. Hi, Sherilyn. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. And Ron Daniels, thank you for the super chat before we got started. Hello from South Africa. Great to see you. So thank you, Marie, for coming in from Sweden. Southern Sass is here, my great friend. Always a pleasure to see you. So in the DutyRon Facebook police and crime chat group, we have a bunch of really great people. Like 2,500 people. Thank you, Detective George. There's like 2,500 people in there. Everybody acts really good and civil. We have open conversations. Everyone is free to respectfully. Now, I say respectfully. Hold on. I was just taking my glasses off, but I can't see. Super chat comes in from Joanna B. Thank you for the $4.99, $5 super chat. Joanna B sends in a clapping hands, 2 different colors. I like it. Thank you for those super stickers. Always appreciated, never necessary. So I have this great YouTube video share group where you could share your YouTube videos. If you're a content creator, you can come in there and share. If you're a watcher and you like my content or somebody else's, you could come in and share. Melinda, good to see you. Hi from Indiana. Good to see everybody from South Africa. I'm hoping that things are getting better in South Africa with the COVID. I know that there was a lot of lockdowns and a lot of things going on, so sending my prayers to the South African folks that are here. Always love my South African subscribers and friends. Jen Lowe, great to see you. Love and respect. Sarah has an H is here as well. But so people come in, right? People come into the Facebook YouTube video share group and share stuff, and people come into the police and crime chat group, and we have a good old time. There's a lot of great people in there. There's a lot of information being shared. But, recently I've seen not a lot, but just a couple of posts that were misinformation and misleading. So usually I just delete those posts and move on. By a show of hands, by putting a 1 in the chat, tell me if you see something like on one of your social medias that are maybe derogatory or not correct. What do? By a show of hands, by pressing a 1, do you delete it? Or by a show of hands, pressing a number 2, do you engage in it? I vote for number 1. Most of the times I delete it because I don't want to get involved in that back and forth nonsense. I don't want to get involved in back and forth banter. So I vote, and this is what I do. It's a number one. If you leave something down in the comment section that's nasty or that is not said respectfully towards one of my guests, towards one of my friends, towards me, or anybody in general, I get rid of it. I don't even engage it. I don't even acknowledge it. I just get rid of it. Okay. So Peggy says 3. I reported for fraud. That wasn't a choice, but thank you, Peggy. Thank you. So Heidi Zip says one time number 1, sometimes a number 2. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Betty Blue says, I love you for that, Ron. So I try to make it a safe place for all of us. Most people, I don't know. Some people might like drama and stuff like that. There's, something for everybody. But for me, I try to make it a safe place for all of us, right, Sally? Right, Nicole? So Karen says she engages. Karen Holland. Listen, I'm trying to set up what I'm going to get to for the 3 false rumors of the Gabby Petito, Brian Laudrie case. And I could do a video with 20. I could probably do a video with 20 false rumors. But today I'm only going to do 3 false rumors. So what happens is somebody leaves a couple of comments in the string. They're no longer there, so don't even bother to go look. Thank you, Jen Lowe, for that. So somebody left a string of misinformation about Brian Laudrie and Gabby Petito. So I made a comment. I went to number 2. I went to choice number 2, which I normally don't do. So I went to choice number 2 and I engaged. And I gave this person a chance to make it right and remove the comment and still stay. So it wasn't bad where it was disrespectful. It was just the person was saying, I know this information is correct and what you're saying, DutyRon, is wrong. So the person obviously doesn't know me, doesn't know that I really vet most of the things that I talk about, almost everything I talk about. I try to get some background on it. Am I right all the time? No. I admit that I'm not right all the time, but more times than not, I get it right. If I don't, I make a statement and I say I don't. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. True Crime Net, thank you for joining. All right. So clearly that person, Gerda, didn't know me. Yes, exactly. But what made it equally as interesting for me is that the person claimed to be a retired law enforcement officer. I don't care to go and check whether he or she really was a retired law enforcement officer because I didn't care about that. What I cared about, thank you, Nicole. Hi, Angela. What I cared about is the basis of the comment and the falsehood within that comment. So in other words, the person, hi Hamburg, Germany, good to see you, Jana. Thank you. I appreciate you joining. Thank you, Diane Taylor, for that. So I was concerned more about the misinformation and the big comment that was left. And I gave the person a chance to correct it and remove it. So 24 hours went by or less. I think it was less than 24 hours. And I just got rid of the comment. Anyways, so 3 rumors that are false, that are swirling and that people are speaking about with Gabby Petito and Brian Laudrie. Number 1, Gabby Petito's parents, Nicole Schmidt, Jim Schmidt, Joe Petito, Tara Petito. There is a rumor that people believe, I don't know why they believe it, but they feel like they didn't reach out multiple and numerous times to the Laudrie family and to Brian Laudrie himself with negative results, with no response. Some people feel like they, and it was said in the comment that was left on my group, that they only left or tried to reach out one time, which is outright nonsense. We heard the Petitos go on 60 Minutes in Australia, go on numerous outlets here in America, and stated that they made numerous attempts at getting a hold of the Laudrie family, Roberta, Chris, and also they were concerned about Brian in the beginning, they were concerned about Brian's well-being as well. So there's rumor number one that is circulating, that is bullcrap to the 10th degree. They reached out numerous times with no response. And that is the truth. So numerous communications by a text, by regular phone call, text, phone call, with no results. Not an even answer. It's crazy, but it's true that people are speaking about that. Okay? It's crazy, but true that people are speaking about it. I don't even get it. I don't even get why people feel like they need to talk about it and say that. It's the furthest from the truth. Falsehood number two. Rumors that are false. Number two. And I early on got this wrong because I saw it on a local newspaper here in Long Island. It was reported and read by many people that Brian Laudrie and Gabby Petito, thank you, Jen, for that message. Let me read it. That was a free message. She didn't put anything. Jen Hale, member for 6 months of the DutyRon Bronze. Thank you for being a member. So I got this wrong initially in the beginning, but made a correction on it and made a statement on it. But it was reported by some local media outlets that Brian Laudrie and Gabby Petito were high school sweethearts. And that is not true. They did not date in high school. And I know that because I have it from a valid source. So falsehood number two, and a lot of us actually initially believed that they were high school sweethearts, and that is not the case. That is not true. So again, when people are talking about things, they're just talking to hear themselves talk. And this person, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, came into my YouTube police and crime chat group talking like he or she knew what she was talking about and that I had it all wrong. Again, I don't do many videos like this, but this really pissed me off because, you hear about this kind of stuff, and when it goes out onto Facebook and it gets passed around by millions of people, potentially millions and millions of people. Yes, Joe, yes. When misinformation gets passed around by millions of people, it really is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Now, again, remember, I said that I can do 10 false rumors. I could do a video that says 10 false rumors about Gabby Petito and Brian Laudrie. But this is only 3. This is only 3. So is everybody with me? Falsehood rumor number 1, the Petito Schmidt family did not reach out to the Laudrie family. That's untrue. They reached out to them multiple times. They're reaching out to them multiple times, and they are doing what any good parent would do. Reach out, continue to reach out, and they actually reached out because they were concerned about his well-being and his health in the beginning. So, and then number 2, the high school sweetheart rumor. Falsehood number 3 of the 3 false rumors of this video is that there is people talking that Gabby Petito and Brian Laudrie were not living in the Northport home of the Laudries, and that they were living in a condo. That is not true as well. They were living there. They may or may not have had plans to leave there, but their resident at the time that she and he went on that trip was in Northport at Brian Laudrie's parents' home. Period. Dot the I's, cross the T's, drop the mic, and that's it. So everybody can talk all of the nonsense they want to talk about. I was able to verify this with a very, very valid source, and that is 3 rumors that are false that you need to not pay attention to that swirl in this case. Now, I hope everybody enjoyed this, and if you enjoy this type of videos where we get falsehoods corrected by valid sources, let me know down in the comment section what you think. You know, again, you don't see me do many videos like this, but when someone comes on to my YouTube video share group, and Joey Brooklyn, who is the director of security, he knows that I run a tight ship. And I don't pay attention to what goes on outside of my groups because it's exhausting. It would be exhausting to do that. So I don't, Celtic Girl, thank you so much. I don't pay attention to the bullshit that goes on outside of my YouTube video share group and my police and crime chat group. Those are only two groups that I have on Facebook. When it comes into my group, I want people to see this and know that they can't come into my group and spew that bullshit. You cannot come into one of our groups. Now, I said it was my group, but it's all of ours. Anybody that's a subscriber or a friend or is a supporter of this channel is entitled to come into my YouTube video share group and my police and crime chat group and enjoy drama-free talk of valid, real information. But if you come in there and you spew shit and garbage, you get thrown out. You get taken out. And that's how it goes. Merry Christmas to you too, Catwoman. Thank you. Kathy in Los Angeles, thank you. Always displayed, hold on. She said, Kathy, oh man, I hate when that happens. Kathy in LA says, great job, DutyRon. I love this type of show. Please do more. Thank you. Kim Alliston is here. She says, thank you, DutyRon. Honesty and integrity is always displayed by your dear self. All right, let's get into just one more thing before I go. By a show of hands, and I hate to yell. I know the mic is right here, so I'm sorry that I'm yelling into it. By a show of hands, that's my Italian. I talk with my hands and I talk loud. So by a show of hands, who saw my video with my wife that was sitting right next to me here in this vehicle? We were out shopping. We were at Total Wine. We were at Total Wine, and where else was she at? She was at, what's her favorite store? Anyways, we went to Total Wine and we went shopping. We went somewhere else. She's going to kill me for forgetting where we were, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where we were. She was out shopping. And who saw that show and who enjoyed that I got to show, I turned the camera, I did one of these, and she was sitting right there. I got a real laugh and a kick out of it. By a show of hands, who enjoyed seeing Mrs. DutyRon, even though guys and girls, she doesn't like being on camera. So it's really like I'm really putting her in a position that she doesn't want to be in. But she does it for me because I say to her, everybody loves to see the other half of me. People want to know who's behind DutyRon, who's the woman, the great woman behind DutyRon. So I do it so I can show you guys part of my life. But I have to do it with kid gloves. If she said to me, hun, I don't want you to do that, I would not do it. So she's never said to me, don't ever do that again. Don't put me on camera. We've had a conversation about it. She's okay with it in little bits and pieces here and there. Thank you, Beagle Mama. Thank you. Thank you. So Mrs. DutyRon is, thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Nicole is, listen, my friend here, Nicole Stewart's from Australia. She's helping me out by sharing my videos and helping me with stuff behind the scenes. Thank you to Nicole, and thank you to the moderators. I'm going to do a show. This probably won't be a popular show, but I am going to do a YouTube video to honor and thank all of my moderators. So I have to do that. I'm going to do it before the end of the year. I want to do a show to give thanks and praise for the monitors that are the moderators who are monitoring our chats, like Pete Pranzo, Joey Brooklyn, Jen Lowe, Black Rose, Dawn Marie, all the great ones that make it safe for all of us to be hanging out here and not have to worry about the jagaloons coming in. So I want to give thanks and praise to our moderators. So I'm going to do a show where I thank them all, and I'm going to invite them to come on with me, and you can meet. I think I'll bill it, meet the moderators. Carol Ann Lawton says, nice to know that you respect your wife's wishes. I do. We are together. Here's a little fun fact. Myself and Mrs. DutyRon are together 40 years. We're married 30, but we dated when we met at age 18 in high school. So we dated for almost 10 years before we got married. And the reason we dated that long is when we were getting ready to get married, her father, my father-in-law, I wasn't married at the time, he passed away, and she went into a deep depression and was not ready to get married. And she asked me to wait and hang on till she got her head right. So we put our wedding off because my father-in-law died at a young age of a heart attack. He died in her home where she was living. My mother-in-law, God bless her, is almost 93. She's still alive. But he died on the couch. She was getting ready to go to work, and she was doing her hair, and she was a young girl. He died, had a heart attack on the couch, and my wife was traumatized by it. And so we didn't have our wedding as planned, and we waited another 4 years after he passed away. So that's a little bit of story behind DutyRon and Mrs. DutyRon. But that's why we had that long courting, and it was good for us because we met at 18 and we didn't get married until we were older. So that was good that happened, actually. Anyways, that's the story behind a little bit of DutyRon and Mrs. DutyRon, but we are together a total of 40 years. 40 years. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. Everyone's like, wow, 40? How does that work? But yeah, that's the story. Anyways, much love and respect from my house to yours. As I always like to end these live streams, God bless the world. God bless the United States of America, and God bless each and every one of us here in the chat, and all victims of crime and their families across the globe. Remember, and especially Gabby Petito and her family and everyone who's missing and are victims of crime around the holidays, let me tell you, a first for everything is really bad. A first year for everything, and every year thereafter is bad. But the first year is particularly bad. I want to get to that super chat. RM says, hi, DutyRon. I want to send hugs to you and everyone here. Thank you, RM. That is really sweet and really kind. Thank you for that super love. Thank you. So yeah, folks are suffering really hard during these Christmas holidays. The first year without your daughter, the first year without your significant other, it's a really hard thing. So no matter where you are in the world, I send you strength, prayers, and positive vibes. And I thank all of the replay viewers, all of the moderators, all of the folks who subscribe and consider becoming channel members. We have Orrin and Orson West, who we need to continue to put those billboards together. I got the fundage to do the financing at Lamar Advertising for the Christmas to December this month. So we paid that a couple of days ago. Everything is great with it, and we will continue to talk about Orrin and Orson West and all the missing. I'll see you guys soon. Love and respect. Sorry about the long goodbye. It's part of the Italian nature. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Leave me a message down below. Your interaction really helps. So leave me a message down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. I'll see you soon. Peace.